All right, it's been a long road, 8th grade, but here we are, the final chapter of To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm sorry we're not completing it together in class, but that's the way the world works. So the chapter opens. Scout takes Arthur Radley to say bye to Jem. Jem is there unconscious, missing out on Boo Radley. Jem never gets to see Boo Radley. But Scout does, and sort of at that point, after they're saying their goodbyes to the unconscious Jem, Boo nervously asks Scout to take him home, and Scout thinks he sounds like a child who is scared of the dark. Boo is sheltered and naive. For all this ferocious reputation that Boo Radley has as someone who breaks out and eats cats and freezes crops and stares through your window and stabs people with scissors, he's really gentle and timid. There's a huge irony to someone who just killed a man also being scared of the dark. He just knifed a guy. He ran out and risked his life and got in a knife fight to save these two kids who he hasn't really even met. And he's scared of the dark. Scout agrees to this and walks him home. And with that, she stands on his porch and thinks about all the good he did for them and how they haven't done anything for him. She's kind of saddened by this. She thinks about all the things Boo Radley gave them. He was leaving the supplies in the trees. Thinks about how he now saved their lives. Now she hasn't done anything for Boo Radley. She stands in his shoes for a moment and considers the world from his perspective. We've got that theme again of considering things from someone else's perspective. Scout now considers the world from Boo Radley's point of view and the limited window that he has as a shut-in in his own home. Scout returns home and asks Atticus to read to her while they sit by Jem's bed. The story that Atticus reads parallels Scout's own, and I'm going to read a little excerpt for you guys to drive this point home. So Atticus was reading Jem's book on his own, and Scout, when he'd been taken to bed, when she claims that she was awake, talks about, this is from page 322 and 323. Yeah, and they all thought it was Stoner's boy messing up their clubhouse and throwing ink all over it, and chased him around and never could catch him because they didn't know what he looked like. And Atticus, when they finally saw him, why, he hadn't done any of those things. Atticus, he was real nice. So we have a parallelism. Remember parallelism. We've got the same idea present in different ways between Boo Radley and the story that Atticus reads there. And Atticus drives home after Scout says that he was real nice. Atticus says most people are once you get to know him. And then the story ends with Atticus keeping vigil over Jem and how he would still be there watching him in the morning, keeping an eye out, sort of paternal, fatherly, watching over his son. And that's where the novel ends. The flashback is concluded. We know for a fact that Jem's arm was broken by Bob Ewell. And that's the end of To Kill a Mockingbird. What are your thoughts on the novel? Final takeaways. Go ahead and leave those in the comments. The final stream for this is going to be today. And there is going to be a test. I'm thinking next Wednesday is the day we're going to do it, whether we're in school or whether we're still in quarantine. And I will talk more about that on the Twitch streams if you want to know more about the formatting of the test. All right. That's all, ladies and gentlemen, and I will talk to you about affirmations in tomorrow's video.